Hello and welcome back to On a Storyteller's Night. I'm Nathan, joined as always by my good friend Josh.
Hello, everyone.
So, how have you been the past week?
Busy, absolutely busy. Honestly, I've been a bit all over the place. My mood has been completely non-existent. I've had a breakdown yesterday. I've been stressed about uni. I've been stressed about family life and other situations, but
Yeah,
that's been sorted. I've got a straight mind right now.
Cool.
I've got 90% done when it comes to packing for uni, and all I've got left is the PC, TV, and my couch bed. That's it.
Cool, not too bad then. So you're getting there finally. It's
Yeah,
a lot to do, isn't it?
Moving in this Saturday. This Saturday coming.
Yeah, Swansea is the week after they're doing it there, so yeah, that's fun and games getting everything together for that. But it's all good, isn't it? It's all good.
What about yourself?
Oh, this week has just been trying to catch up, getting back into the whole YouTube thing. So I've been streaming No Man's Sky all week, doing the new update, which has been.
I've seen.
It works so well. It's a good thing to do, especially since there's the creative mode. You don't have to worry about getting all the resources and all that. You can just build. And as you saw those stupid builds that I've been doing. The Millennium Falcon I was quite proud of. That's quite good. And the Almighty, that was just stupid. It's absolutely stupid to use as well because you get that big thing in front of the your cockpits. You can't see your drive unless you go in third person mode. It's absolutely ridiculous, but it just shows the versatility of it. So much you can do, and people are building everything. They're building Voyager.
I saw someone made Death Star 2.
Yeah.
The second Death Star, and it fully it shoots like a Death Star, and it does damage to it doesn't do damage. It mines the planet with its beam. It doesn't destroy it, but it mines the resources. It's nuts.
It is so much. It is so much fun. It's put a whole new level on the game. The fact that you can use it with your friends as well and have them as crew and make crew quarters. You can't use the crew quarters. You can't actually sleep or anything in the game, but you can have the kind of crew quarters and all of that. And depending which habitation units you use will depend what all the different components look like. So when I was using, you make a kitchen and you have the chessboard table, so it looks like Millennium Falcon. It's just, it's epic.
What I want to see, and I know there's going to be something out there soon for No Man's Sky, when it comes to building new ships, I want to see a Nostromo. There's not much imagery of the Nostromo, but we know what it looks like because we've seen it in space.
There's plenty of pictures of the Nostromo. It's just
but we don't have anything close up, so there won't be much detail if people do want to make it.
There are pictures of the model, so there's a lot of detail out there. There's models and so on available, so you could look at that. Yeah.
By the way, what have you got planned for us today, mate? I've got a window open as well.
So what I thought is carry on with some of the stuff we've been doing previously, but we can add a little bit of a visual element to it as well if we want. We don't have to, but we can do. So what I was thinking, we've done worst places to live, best places to live, top villains. What about top heroes?
Okay.
So top heroes, I think, would be quite an interesting one. Let me get my information up on screen. What I was thinking is heroes, but not superheroes.
What? So superheroes because some people count superheroes as a different thing. Superheroes is supernatural abilities, speed, flying, strength.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Ones that have unnatural abilities like that, we won't count. So it's
an Aragorn.
Heroes.
Yes, like an Aragorn or a Luke Skywalker, so on and so forth.
Well, Luke Skywalker does have abilities.
Okay, so
in that way, I guess. So would we count him and Obi-Wan Kenobi as a hero, or would we count them as more supernatural?
They're more supernatural. So, So we talk about heroes. So Mandalorian.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm on the way now.
So we've got 5 different areas. Let me get this somewhere so I can see it properly. I don't know, because you've been quite good at noting them all down. I'm not always good at doing that. So I don't know if you want to do that, and then we can share it on screen at the end when we have the kind of summary of it.
Yep, no problem. I'll get my pad up now. I'll keep on with the keeping tabs as per.
Yeah.
Okay, give me the
criteria.
criteria.
Okay,
Yeah.
so first criteria is courage under fire.
Courage under fire.
So how brave they are when facing danger, adversity, more dilemmas, to stand up for others, take risks for greater cause, resourcefulness, intelligence, that kind of thing. Lost what I was looking at. In a sec. Some of these screens pointed in. I put it all down earlier, but it's not. Right. Oh, sorry. Resourcefulness and intelligence are the second criteria.
Resourcefulness and intellect. I'll just put intellect.
Yeah. So, do they solve problems creatively or outsmart opponents? Are they strategic thinkers or quick on the feet?
All right. What's after resourceful?
Resourcefulness and intelligence. Right. Next one: impact and legacy. How influential is the character in their story or genre? Have they inspired audiences or other characters? So it's not just within the world they're in, but have they inspired people outside of their world? So people in the real world.
Okay.
Number 4, relatability and humanity. Are they emotionally compelling or grounded in real human struggles? Do they show vulnerability, growth, or depth? So that's once again a way to kind of get rid of the sort of superhuman characters, because you can't really relate to them, other than like Spider-Man, who's possibly the most relatable superhero because he has real world problems all the time, doesn't he? So which makes him very grounded. And then the last one, number 5, skill and competence.
And incompetence or skill incompetence.
So what unique abilities or training do they have? So detective skills, combat, survival. Are they exceptional in their field without relying on supernatural help?
All right, so courage under fire, resourcefulness and intellect, impact and legacy, relatability and skill incompetence.
Skill and competence.
And incompetence. Competence, yeah. Okay.
Competence and competence, and competence, not incompetence.
I've got it.
We're not looking for Mr. Bean.
That's a good, clever one, that. Well done.
Oh. Mr. Bean or Johnny English, I guess. Same actor, different characters that have very similar skill sets, don't they? So, yeah. So, do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Your host, you start, mate.
All right, so let's start with a classic one. So, let's have a look. Where is my screen? So I'm sharing screen. I can't even find where I put my shared screen. Where's my Google window? Why can I not find my Google window? That is bizarre. My window that I'm sharing seems to have disappeared.
Yeah, it has. I've currently got mine up.
Right. Let me share mine again then. Right, I get that. Let's share screen again. Must have accidentally closed it down when I was doing some other stuff. Right, so first one I'm going to do, which you'll be able to see, but the audience won't yet.
Okay.
Get an image up. Which one should we choose? You can.
Oh, you know the right one to choose, mate. There's only one to choose from this lot.
You see, there is and there isn't. It depends kind of what you think, but wow, this is crazy. You know what? I think that's
that's the correct one.
Oh, great. And brilliant. And it's one of those sites that gives me crap. I I just want to show the image, but it's not going to let me do that. Let's just do a poster for one of them, shall we? See, which one do I want? Oh, you know what? This can actually load. Oh, I'm going to have one of those days now on I work. This isn't going to work properly. I think that'll do. That shows it. Okay, doesn't it? I think that'll do. Let's go and share my screen. And it's not. Oh, for God's sake. Why does it do that? Because it opened in a new window. What a pain in the ass. I'm just going to leave it as that. That's just doing my head, and I hate Google. I hate Google Images. It's a pain in the ass. But anyway, James Bond in all his various disguises. I don't understand. Oh, shut up, Google. You're piece of crap. God's sake. So yeah, James Bond in all the different forms, from literature to movies to video games, including the new video game coming soon, which should be interesting. Even if it's a little bit odd that they've kind of gone back to a younger James Bond, haven't they? So
I don't particularly mind it.
No, it depends what they do with it, to be honest. It's looking like it might be good. As long as it's along lines like GoldenEye, I think it'd be quite good. Right. Let's go down the list. So, Courage Under Fire. How brave is he against adversity, moral dilemmas? Do they stand up for others? Take risks for a greater cause? That's kind of what James Bond is, isn't it? He's probably going to do pretty good on this, let's be honest.
Yeah.
On a lot of these.
Oh, my God.
So, if we do... What are we going to do? 2 points for each maximum. So then we've got 5 categories, maximum of 10, same as we did with like villains, yeah?
Yep. Every time we do something like this, where I'll get an Excel sheet up, we'll do exactly that. 1 being worst, 10 being the best.
Right. So Courage Under Fire, it's got to be a 2, wouldn't it? You know, he doesn't get shaken, obviously. Shaken, not stirred. You know, it's
behave.
It's what he does, isn't it? You know, it is James Bond. Courage Under Fire. It's him. Resourcefulness and intelligence. It's got to kind of be a 2 again, isn't it? Because it's what he does. He knows all the different languages. He's always up to date on all the latest information about the people he's going up against. He's always got, you know, all the background that he needs. Very intelligent.
Bear in mind, remember, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. So resourceful and intelligence, he should have a 10 then.
I thought, are we doing 2 points for each maximum of 10 or what? I'm not quite sure. How did we do it before?
The way we did it was you have 1 to 10, 10 being the more points.
So then the total out of 100.
Out of 100. So yeah, the more points the
character. So it'd be out of 50.
Oh, no, it's 5.
Yeah, we've got 5 categories.
And it's out of 5. It was out of 5.
Yeah, that's
so,
so it'd be 5. Courage Under Fire 5, Resourcefulness would be 5. He'd have top marks for those, wouldn't he? Yeah, that was confusing me. I was like, we're just doing 1 and 2. It's like, I'm getting confused what we're doing because it's been a while. It's been the whole summer since we last did one of these. It's like, yeah, so he's going to be like maximum points for that as well, isn't he? Impacts and legacy.
Right. Now, this is where I'm going to throw my voice in quickly because I haven't had it on the others. I'm giving him a 3. Mainly, impact and legacy. Impact, he's not well known in the public eye unless we know he's a bit of a ladies' man. That's a different story.
Do you mean... yeah, but this is the thing. Do you mean in his world or in our world? There is a distinction.
Oh, okay. There. So what do you put impact and legacy as? In our world or his world?
So this is the thing. It's a bit of both, because the second line is that, have they inspired audiences or other characters? So I don't think he necessarily influences other people all the time, although he does make some of the bad guys, mainly the women, change sides. That's kind of a common theme with James Bond. So he's got to get a little bit of that, but not maximum points. Influential character is in the genre. Oh, yeah, he's maximum in the genre. So, yeah, middle of the board, because in his world, he's not inspiring people. In ours, he does. People want to be like him, but not necessarily for the right reasons. You know, people don't want to be James Bond to make a difference in the world, do they?
No.
They want the lifestyle. They want the cars. They want, the parties. They want that side of it. They don't want going to a war zone and everything else. So yeah, I think 3 is quite good. Relatability and humanity. No. Never showed vulnerability, growth, or depth, really, let's be honest. Grounded in real human struggles? No. So relatability, he's not very relatable. He's rich, he's intelligent, he's powerful. He can go where he wants. He's invited to all the best places, has all the best clothes and cars. I think a 1.
I was going to say 1 as well, because when it's relatability is, can you relate to him? A lot of people can't.
No.
So I agree.
No humanity. He's not a real person. He would have died years ago from alcohol and smoking and everything else he does, and not to mention the bullets and the damage he's done to his body. So yeah, definitely not.
However, skill and competence.
He's got to be a 5 as well,
5,
hasn't he? Let's be honest. He's good at everything. He's got skills in every kind of weapon, every vehicle, every language, every situation. Yeah, he's got a 5.
They're the reason why he's constantly being hired. It's because he's the goddamn best.
He is the best. Definitely.
So that brings James Bond. No, scores are revealed at the end.
Reveal them at the end. Yeah, that's the way. So we can place it all up.
Okay. Right. I stated his name at the beginning.
Do you want me to share screen? Well, I'll wait till you're ready for it.
Yep.
Are you ready?
I'm getting
of course it's going to be in there.
Oh wow, I see what you mean.
It's a page. You click visit and it'll put you on it's like it might open a new window. It's just like, oh, it's so dreadful. And the trouble is we can't get it all ready beforehand, because then you'd know what it's all about. So
in that case, I'll just do
just have various images like I did. So, I think that's probably going to be easy. Let's show you.
Aragorn.
And of Aragorn.
Yes. The true king of Middle Earth. Heir of Isildur. Courage Under Fire.
The king of Gondor, wherever he's king of Middle Earth, is slightly different.
Oh, Gondor, really, king of Gondor. Yeah. Well, to me, he's king of Middle Earth.
Vigo or Aragorn, like specifically there.
I mean, he is a handsome devil. What can I say?
You just love the bit when he pushes the 2 doors open. Edoras, let's be honest.
Courage Under Fire. He is the
warrior.
He's the fire in Lord of the Rings. Everyone that is surrounded by Aragorn has a morale boost. There's, I would say, no less than 4.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's brave in the face of danger, adversity, and moral dilemmas. Stands up for others, take risks for a greater cause. He does all of that. The only reason I think he'd go down to 4 is because he did sort of hide away from a lot of it for a while, doing other things in the background rather than, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but he was being a ranger for a while, but not necessarily all bad, but he wasn't inspiring people and doing stuff that, because he was kind of hiding his true identity, the king, until the right time.
Yeah, and not to mention, he, in the Silmarillion, and the appendices, we find out that he doesn't think he's worthy. He thinks there's another line that deserves it more than him, even though that he's the last blood.
He didn't really want to do it. It was kind of a reluctant hero in many ways, isn't it?
Not to mention, Gandalf was constantly forcing him to do it. So Gandalf, Aragorn blames you. Resourceful and intellect. Come on, he's a great tracker. We know that from the Two Towers.
Good strategy. He thinks quick on his feet. This is something he's really good at.
Really good at, yes. So another 5 there. Impact and legacy. Now, for me, he's my messiah. He is gorgeous. Mind you, he was in a love triangle, so
yeah.
I'm gonna say, I wouldn't say 5.
I think 4 is probably a good one.
I was flirting with 3 or 4. I'm gonna go 4 with you.
He's influential in his own world and a certain amount in ours, but only if you know about Lord of the Rings. He is one of those. He doesn't transcend the movie that much. Whereas James Bond, everyone knows 007.
Yeah.
Characters like that, Luke Skywalker, everyone knows from pop culture. Aragorn, not as much.
So relatability and humanity, I don't think a lot of people relate with him.
No.
Not at all. Just like James, I would say the peasantry. He looks a bit peasantry. He acts like he is part of the wilderness.
Until they find out he's like 80 years old and like, what?
What? Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of. But he doesn't try and relate to people. He's
No.
always kind of at a different level because he's surrounded himself by elves for so long. He's very kind of distant to normal people.
He's a very noble man, though. He understands the realm of men. Even though that he was brought up by elf, he knows men.
But he also feels he's not entirely part of it. So it becomes not very relatable because of that on the humanity side, because he's only got a foot in that world type of thing.
Would you say a 2? I wouldn't go down to 1.
No, a 2 or a 3, because he's still got the humanity and he is grounded in a certain amount of human struggles. You can relate a lot to him being a kind of reluctant hero. He has to kind of live up to whatever people expect of him.
Well, give him a 3.
But he does kind of. He shows his vulnerability a lot because he doesn't want to do it, but he is doing it for the better.
For the better of the world, yeah.
And throughout the films, he does show growth because he starts believing in himself that he can make a difference and he should be there as king. So by the end of it, he becomes a great king and he finds his feet. So he's definitely got growth and depth. So yeah.
Skill and competence. We know he's got a fair bit of skill.
The skill and competence in so many different
areas. Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Archery. He may as well have a goddamn lightsaber the way he deflected that knife from Lurtz. But yeah, I'm agreeing that 5.
Yeah, no, that was good, and that was all Vigo, nothing to do with
Aragorn.
That's just Vigo.
When it comes to competence, he broke his toe.
And he broke his tooth.
His tooth, yep.
So yeah, he's done a lot of that. So does that make him slightly less competent because he broke his foot kicking something?
But he went with
sword
it.
Fight. But then that's Vigo
being Vigo.
But then Aragorn is a little bit clumsy.
Yes, he is.
I think in the original cartoon, he fell over while he was running. He tripped over his own sword, for God's sake. And they kept it in the movie. I just love that. It's a cartoon. And they kept because of the rotoscoping where they had the actors and then did the animation over the top. He's running, the actor falls over his sword, gets tripped up, and they keep it in the movie. It's just like
it's perfection. Perfection.
So with all of these things, does that bring him down to a 4?
Because
he sometimes makes the wrong choice, or
yeah, but then again, we can weigh up all of his right choices. He told Gimli and Legolas, "We're going to hunt some orc, find Merry and Pippin, and not go with Frodo."
Before that, look what happened after they lost Gandalf. He was lost. He didn't have a clue what to do. He didn't have a
clue, no.
And the Fellowship fell apart under his leadership.
Because
he wasn't ready for it.
No, he just wanted to get everyone to safety, and that was Lothlorien. He didn't know what to do after that. He got to Lothlorien, that was him, done.
Exactly, and he was ready to stop and go do something else until he was...
I'll agree with a 4. So I will agree with a 4 there.
I think a 4 makes sense because he is a more human character than a lot of them, isn't he? So I think that makes a lot of sense to me. Let's get my next one ready. That's while you add that up. I've got the next one ready to go.
Okay.
So one of my all-time favorite characters in literature and TV and so on, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. And I do like lots of different versions of Sherlock Holmes. I love the books, and I grew up reading the books and so on. That one can just get lost. He's not Sherlock Holmes. Ugh. Jeremy Brett is one of the all-time greatest ones. He's the Sherlock Holmes I grew up watching. There he is again there, Jeremy Brett. He was absolutely brilliant, Sherlock Holmes. And I must admit, I think Benedict Cumberbatch has done a good job.
Done a good job, yeah.
It's a really nice version of it. They've updated it without making it silly. Like this, that stupid Americanized version was absolute crap.
America, when it comes to Brit culture, Americans can't do it. They can't.
You look at this version, Rob Downey Jr. wasn't bad at Sherlock Holmes. It didn't feel that much like Sherlock Holmes, but it had the right kind of vibe to it. You know what I mean? It wasn't really Sherlock, but it was enough like Sherlock.
It could have worked. It worked. It worked because it was sticking to the root of Sherlock.
Yeah, it was the ideals of Sherlock, even if it didn't feel quite the same, because it's Rob Downey Jr., so he's always going to be just Rob Downey Jr., isn't he?
Yeah.
No, that's kind of who he is. But yeah, I think he's brilliant. So, Courage Under Fire. How brave is the character when facing danger, adversity, or moral dilemmas? Do they stand up for others or take risks for a greater cause? Not really. Under Fire, he's good. He keeps a level head in situations.
Yeah, and he's quick as well. He thinks
That's
thoroughly.
more about the next one. That's resourcefulness.
Yeah, true.
So Courage Under Fire, he's good when facing danger and adversity. Moral dilemmas, not so much, because he doesn't understand it in quite the same way. He kind of stands up for others or take risks for a greater cause. He doesn't really take that many risks because he analyzes the situation. So I think it's a 2 or 3.
I'll go middle and go 3 because he's not. When it comes to Courage Under Fire, he's not a coward. He knows to stand up. He knows when to stand up, and that's
he knows when to help people and when not to, and all that. So okay. Resourcefulness, intelligence. It's got to be a 5.
That's enough. We ain't even talking about that. We're not talking about
that. No. Impact and legacy. I think it's actually going to be a 5.
I agree that
he's so ingrained in pop culture and just language, and in his own universe, everybody knows Sherlock Holmes. Whatever version.
Whatever version, Sherlock Holmes is, well, the Queen. Everyone in the world knows Sherlock Holmes. And here as well, we've got most of the world in real life know who Sherlock Holmes is.
Yeah. It's one of those things. You think of intelligence, you think of detectives. Sherlock Holmes, there's sayings, no shit, Sherlock.
Exactly.
It's completely in our culture.
One of the images there, you have Robert Downey Jr. and Benedict Cumberbatch at each other. Infinity War and Endgame, they missed an opportunity.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about those two that did it as well. And that
the little
Henry
voice.
Cavill. I like Henry Cavill, not Sherlock Holmes, and let's not even.
Oh God, I forgot about that one.
There was an interesting one that I can't see on here. Oh, there we go. Peter Cushing as well. There's an interesting one many years ago. I think called Clue. I can't remember what it's called. No, it wasn't Clue. It was a version of Sherlock Holmes, and Sherlock Holmes was played by Michael Caine.
Mm-hmm.
Watson was Ben Kingsley.
Okay.
And the whole thing of it was Sherlock Holmes was just an actor, and he didn't know anything. It was all Dr. Watson.
Ruse, yeah.
He did everything. No, he did everything, but he didn't want to take the limelight. So he told basically Sherlock everything to say and do, and he took all the credit for it. And it was quite interesting then when things go wrong and he has to kind of try and become Sherlock himself. It was a brilliant movie years and years ago. That was a really, really good one. I like that. It's a good one. Oh yeah, there's one that's not mentioned on there. I'm surprised because they go Christopher Lee as well. There's so many people have played him.
Christopher Lee has got a catalogue and a half of characters he's played.
He's done everything. Peter Cushing as well did a lot. Let's be honest. We could go on all day talking about those lot. Right, where do we get to? Right, relatability and humanity. Are they emotionally compelling? Emotion in Sherlock Holmes?
No,
not quite so much.
No,
I did in real struggles. To a certain
degree. I was about to say, to a certain degree, he is.
To a
certain degree, he is not.
Vulnerability, growth before depth. To a certain amount, because although he's hyper intelligent, he struggles with the world around him. He struggles with people's emotions. He struggles with drug abuse and things like that as well. So he's a very grounded and realistic character. Although he's hyper intelligent, he's that way, and he's sort of honed his skills in a certain way to do what he thinks is best. So I think he does definitely have a certain amount of that. Not a huge amount, because you can't relate to him on certain levels, and on some levels you can. So 3 or 4, I think, for that.
I'll go 3. I'll stick with middle pack again.
Yeah.
I agree with everything you're saying. It is a definite 3 or 4, but middle pack is the safe bet.
Yeah. So skill and competence.
Well, he's got a major.
He's got everything, and
He's
He
got
can fight.
everything.
He can do everything that he needs to do. Anything he wants to do, and he sets his mind to, he can find out about and do. So he's got to be a 5 on that, really, isn't he?
Oh yeah, agreed.
I think. Right, so I shall let you add all those up and come up with the next one.
Spelling name wrong, but
That wasn't the right spelling.
I'm just going to copy and paste. That's my dyslexia kicking in.
Princess Leia.
Right, so Princess Leia, Courage Under Fire.
Does she count? Because she becomes force sensitive and can use a force and float through space. Or are we doing original movies, not new ones?
If you count that utter crap, I'm not doing this anymore.
I'm just saying, because she was force sensitive.
Well, in the comics and the novels, she does become force sensitive.
She is in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, but she
does send. In fact, Empire Strikes Back, she does.
She does, yeah.
And she senses his presence. So does that eliminate her from this? Because
it does. It does.
All
right. Well, I'll go with.
It's hard to tell if her abilities are because of who she is and how she's brought up, or because she has abilities that are otherworldly.
Well, I'll just do this. The Mandalorian.
Yes, the Mandalorian. Okay, then.
So, Courage Under Fire.
You didn't spell his real name.
Do you really think someone with dyslexia will try to attempt Dinjarin?
No, not really. I just thought that was quite funny. Oh, God.
Posser.
Right. This is one of those ones we could do an episode with just Pedro Pascal and just annoy people. Yeah. I'm just sick of seeing the guy now. Although he seems to dine a lot of stuff as well, doesn't he? Which, like, Sean Bean.
So that was low. So resourceful and intelligent. No, Courage Under Fire.
Courage Under Fire. Yeah,
he's got Beskar. He doesn't care. He knows that he's impenetrable to most blasters.
Yeah.
And not to mention, he
knows in the beginning he didn't have Beskar.
No, but
he was still the same.
He was still the same, still forthright. He still didn't care. He went in, got a bounty, cold or warm. He didn't care. As long as he did, this is the way. So I'm going to say 5.
5, yeah.
Agreed there. Resourcefulness and intellect. He's resourceful, but he relies on
intelligent.
No, he relies on other people. So 4, 3, 4.
I think 3 middle ground because he is resourceful, but his
he just relies on other people.
Lacking. Yeah.
Impact and legacy. I'm gonna say 2.
Yeah.
There's better Mandalorians out there.
Well, there used to be. I didn't have to say anything other than that.
Oh wow!
I don't know.
I was not expecting that.
How true is it though?
It's very true.
I like the actor. Don't get me wrong, but I still like the original.
Yeah. So
they shouldn't have changed it. Yeah, 2.
Relatability and humanity. He's human after all. That gives him a little bit, but in his world, there used to be many Mandalorians. So all Mandalorians were accounted as the same. You were a Mandalorian if you have Beskar or not.
He's known more for being a bounty hunter than a lot of other.
Yeah.
But the thing that gets me for like the relatability and the humanity is this is the way. His stupid religion that he follows. It makes no sense at all.
It's a dying religion, and he's grasping onto it like there's hope, but there isn't.
He doesn't even know why.
Why exactly?
He's always done. I've always done it this way, so this is why I'm doing it. Yeah, but why? Because I've always done it this way. Well, that comes back to the intelligence part, doesn't it?
So 2. Okay, so skill and we know he's got a lot of competence, but skill, I disagree.
Well, he's got more skill than competence. He's good, but he does occasionally falter as well, and he has to rely on other people. So
in a world where the Empire rules, you are very limited. The Rebellion are limited. Hell, even Luke Skywalker was very limited in the stuff that he could have done.
But then all the stuff we know about the Mandalorian happened after the fall of the Empire.
After the fall of the Empire, yeah. But the Empire was still around, and it was transitioning into, sadly, the First Order. But when it comes to skill, he relies more on his gadgets, his tech, his weaponry. He relies more on that than his skill. Don't get me wrong, he is very knowledgeable, but skill.
If he's somewhere out of his comfort zone and he doesn't have all his stuff, he's kind of lost.
Yeah, so I'd say middle pack again, 2, 3.
3 is fine because he is good when he's got his equipment and when he's got things going his way and he's planned. He's good. We look at things when they're trying to find out information on Grogu and they go to that Imperial base, and he has to get saved by somebody else. He doesn't know quite what he's doing. He's completely lost and out of his depth.
Yeah, agreed.
So yeah.
Okay, so next up.
That's that one. All right. So I'm going to go with one. Let me press the button on my mouse. It went slow.
Okay.
Has to be
the GOAT of all women, in my opinion, in film. The GOAT of women in film.
Ripley herself. One of the best heroines in all of movies and TVs. Let's be honest.
She was
amazing.
She is the, if not, she is on the Mount Rushmore of bringing women to be the main character.
Oh, 100%.
She's on the Mount Rushmore.
Right, should we start then with the first one? Courage Under Fire.
Wow. Do we need to talk about her courage against a xenomorph? She's don't.
Amazing, let's be honest. In both movies, in the first one, she was the one, the voice of reason throughout all of it. And when she had to do something, she went out and did it. She carried on with the plan, decided what she was going to do. She even went back for Jones as well. She did everything. And even when she was right at the end, she thought she was safe and the alien was there. She didn't panic. She just did what she had to do to win the day. And when it comes to aliens, going back out into that, and then everything she did to save Newt, you can't fault. Let's forget about the films after Aliens a little bit because they were a bit. But she's got to be a 5, isn't she?
I would disagree with resourceful and intellect, though. I think she knows. Excuse me. She knows the safety procedures. Actually, no. I'm thinking of Alien, because in Aliens she completely flips the script.
But in Alien, she's showing her resourcefulness because she's the one that got through it. And you think right at the end of the movie, she figured out the best way to get rid of the alien that was there, that she could do it safely. But throughout the whole movie, she was deciding the best course of action. Said through intelligence and so on, she was, one of the leaders of the ship, and she was telling everyone, "No, don't let them on board. Keep in quarantine." She was the one trying to stop it all happening. If they listened to her, none of it would have happened.
Yeah, she was third in command on the Nostromo, and quickly, sadly, became first in command. Yeah. And that showed her true strengths. Then she showed her true strengths.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
I agree there.
Yeah. Impact and legacy.
We already discussed it. She's Mount Rushmore of women leads in films. She brought women lead in films to the limelight.
Oh, no, she didn't, though, because Jennifer Lawrence said that she did it. 25 years later.
Yeah.
So delusional, and some of these people like that. But she was one of the first proper action leading ladies, wasn't she?
Yeah, and she went off with a bang. Immediately went and did Alien, and till this day, she's still considered one of the best leading women roles.
It was a shame about 3 because it was her choice that there wouldn't be any guns. She didn't, because her kids were growing up and she didn't want to have guns in the movie. So that's one of the reasons why Alien 3 was a little bit kind of weird. Wasn't quite what it was planned to be in the first place. They had to change the script. So that's a little bit of a shame, but she's still one of my favorite actors anyway. Sigourney Weaver was brilliant. Ghostbusters and everything else as well. She's always been good. Absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, Impact and Legacy, just doing all of that. And, in the world that she's in as well, I know she saved so many people and stopped the alien, pretty much single-handedly in both movies.
Yeah, did she... Well, in all of her appearance, even though that resurrection is crap, she still provided her worth. She still showed that I'm Ellen Ripley.
In Free, she gave the ultimate sacrifice because she knew she had the Queen Alien inside her, so she, destroyed it. But, you can't fault. She's always tried to do what's best for, people around her. She's always trying to help people. She went into the depths of hell to go and rescue Newt. So you can't fault her at all.
No, absolutely not.
Relatability and humanity. And she's an ordinary, everyday person put in an awful situation.
And she comes out on top. Yep.
And even the second movie, she comes back out of all of that. Nobody believes her. It's, years and years later, her daughter is grown up and dead, and she just gets on with life, gets a new job. Luckily, she had a new job where she had to control power loaders, so she knew what they did. So, that was kind of a stroke of luck. But I think she's somebody you can relate to because she is just that.
She's normal working class. She's a normal working class woman, and she was, like you said, thrown in the deep end too quickly, and yet she came out on top. Yeah,
and she shows real struggles, vulnerability. Her growth was just amazing because she was just a normal person, and she stepped forward. You see throughout the beginning of Aliens. She's having the nightmares. She's scared of it all. She doesn't want to have anything to do with it. And then she finds out there's people in danger. She's like, right, I'm going out there. And she struggles with that decision when she's trying to tell the Marines about what they're going to face. And she really struggles with it. And then as soon as things go south, she just takes charge. She just takes over. And she is in command from that point onwards. And it shows brilliant.
Yeah,
how good she is.
She's the type of woman that no man should screw with. Let Ripley screw with you.
Nobody should screw with at all. You have to watch yourself because she'll come out on top because she knows what she's doing. Yeah, so the last one, so she's a 5 in that. So skill and competence.
Well, mate, without being said, that's all 5s. She's all 25.
She's just brilliant. Everything. She's a well-written. The thing is, she's a well-written, believable character. She's not one of these Ray who doesn't have a last name where she's just instantly good at everything. Ripley had that arc where she was just a normal person doing a normal job, and she was pushed in a situation and she figured out how to be on top, how to win the day several times. So yeah, she's just brilliant at everything. It's really good.
Well, my next guy or next person.
Okay. Actually got it ready. No.
Why not?
No good. Supernatural. Yeah, think about it.
Yep.
Think about it.
Yep. Then.
Oh, it's just difficult, isn't it?
Tywin Lannister. He's my favourite.
He's not a hero, though.
I meant the dwarf. I keep forgetting his name.
Tyrion
Lannister.
But then, do we count him as a hero? I guess maybe a reluctant hero because he's
a lot like Aragorn. He knows that he can be, and he does a lot of good things in the show.
He does eventually, yeah. He starts off just a rich brat, didn't he?
Rich little brat. No pun intended, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll stick with Tyrion Lannister.
Okay, then. No problem.
Courage under fire. Well, he can't really do much.
No. This is a real lesson that he can't do a lot, and especially early on in the series, he did avoid conflict at every opportunity. Just because he knows he couldn't do anything about it. So it doesn't...
And he always had muscle for him.
Yeah, exactly. So how brave is the character when facing danger? He got more brave towards the end when he had a reason to be.
You see,
That's the thing
I'd
with
go
him.
3 because at the beginning, until late season 5, I think he's a 1. As soon as late season 5 happened, to
when he decides that he wants to make a difference in the world for the better, that's when he changes. Because early on, he'd push somebody in front of a dragon to save himself. By the end, he'd try his best to help that person. So it's been a great lot of growth. So yeah, definitely.
Resourceful and intellect,
very high.
Very high. He's
what he is.
That's him. That's
how he survived for so long. Yeah, it's exactly what the character was written for in that. Definitely.
Being resourceful, he's intelligent, and he knows when to speak. He knows when to. He struck Joffrey. Did my hand all of a sudden fall from my wrist? No, because he knew he would get away with it. He knew he wouldn't get his hand chopped off.
Yeah, 100%.
Impact and legacy. Everything kind of went boobs up towards the end, but
but then real world as well. A certain amount, most people know who he is.
Yes,
and I've got a hip flask downstairs that has his saying on it. I drink and I know things. That's my favorite hip flask as well. So, that.
So
and on my, I think it's on Instagram. I've got like a quote on there. It's like, I drink coffee and I know things. I've kind of twisted it in my own way. So, for me, it is.
Not long ago.
He is a certain amount in pop culture because of the popularity of the character and how different he is. Because he's not a generic hero. He doesn't have the stature of a normal hero. He is a lot shorter. Let's be honest. It's what the character is. But showing that once again, like the Hobbits, size doesn't matter. It's what you do to help the people around you that counts. And that's what he did in the end. He helped stop everything and trying to rebuild the world in a better way. So, yeah,
I'd give him a 4. I won't give him 5 because
very specific.
It's very being. I think Tyrion Lannister is the most specific one for impact and legacy that we've done yet.
I wonder if it would be a 3 because in his own world, he wasn't well thought of for a while, and then by the end, he didn't do it for the fame, so he wouldn't be as well known. If you know what I mean. So, like the common people, he's still just the imp. They wouldn't necessarily know the things he did that were great. So I don't think he's kind of have that impact and legacy within his own world.
So I'll agree 3 there. Relatability and humanity. Right. He relates at a certain extent. He's got no humanity.
No, not until later on.
I think humanity happens at the very end for him. The end of Game of Thrones is when his humanity clicks. But his relatability, he's got a lot of it.
Because you see that he's just trying to survive in a world that doesn't want him to.
No,
everything he's doing has always been a struggle. Everything is stacked up against him. His size, his nature is just take, and he then tries. And once it's all taken away from him, he doesn't know what to do. So he just has to do his best to survive.
I'm gonna go and say, personally, I'd give him a 3. It's perfect. He's. Again, like I said, and you agreed, he's very relatable, but he's got no humanity whatsoever until the very end.
But then that's the thing: does he show vulnerability, growth, or depth? And he has throughout that. They could have put Game of Thrones around his character and just showed his arc from being a complete waste of space to being a really good person that has done his best to make the world a better place and help those around him. So he's had a complete switch around of the character he was when we first saw him.
But then again, his humanity comes at the very end of the Game of Thrones, and we don't know much after Game of Thrones because
especially since the whole ending was made up and there's nothing like the books anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll stick to that. Okay, so
skill and
competence.
He ain't got no skill. We know that.
He doesn't have.
But he's got skill.
He does have skill. Exactly. So that is quite a lot. His words are his weapons, and that is as powerful as anything else.
Sometimes the mind and mouth is a sharper blade than a knife.
And is mightier than the sword, as they always say.
There we go.
100%. And that's how he survived. That's how he got to be where he is by the end of it. He was Hand of the King and the Queen. He did that many times. So there's definitely something to be said for how good he is at what he does. He may not be good at fighting and all the other things, but in the small area that he does, that he knows he can do, he is amazing at.
He is amazing, exactly. But the thing is, when people say skill, it's like, how skillful are you with a sword or a gun, or how flexible can you be? He isn't that physically skilled. It's mentally skilled, like we agree, just talked about. But when it comes to competence, what do you think?
He's competent in the area that he specializes in.
Okay. So would you say 3, 4? I'm leaning more towards 3 again.
Yeah, I think 3 definitely. I think 3 is a good shout. All right, let's let you add those scores up and I'll get my one ready.
Go ahead.
So we have John McClane from Die Hard.
Oh God, I haven't watched these films in a hot minute.
But I thought, especially with everything with Bruce Willis and his illness and not being able to even talk anymore, which is so sad. I thought it'd be a nice one to kind of put in.
He's left his family now. He's gone into an official.
Yeah, he's in a
home.
Yeah, he's in a home. Yeah, it's really sad because amazing movies and everything he did. Yeah, he has been deteriorating for a while. You see the kind of movies he was doing near the end. He was struggling remembering his lines, and people just taking advantage of him and just using him, which happens a lot, unfortunately. But anyway, let's get back to what we should be talking about. Because, Bruce Willis is an amazing actor, and he's going to leave behind a massive legacy of some fantastic characters and movies.
Yeah, agreed.
Courage Under Fire.
We again.
He's just good. It's
he's
what
a
he did.
badass. He is a badass.
Definitely.
Okay.
And he stands up for the little man. He does try and do what he can to help everyone around him. That's kind of what he does, being a cop in it. So yeah, definitely top marks for that. Resourcefulness and intelligence. He's very resourceful, but I wouldn't say he's intelligent. No. So I think maybe a 3 for that.
Yes, agreed there. His intelligence shows when he thinks of like the vent, going through the vents. But that's
more his resourcefulness, isn't it? He's more resourceful than he is intelligent. Although saying that, there's a couple of moments that he does figure things out. Like the first time he talks to Alan Rickman's character, he knows that he's the bad guy and gives him his gun, but he's already disabled it. Yes. So he's got a certain amount of intelligence there, but it doesn't always shine through, does it?
No.
Because he doesn't think first, he acts first and then thinks about it when he's got a moment spare. So definitely miss. All right. Impacts and legacy. In his world, nobody knows who the hell he is. He's just a cop that went through some bad situations. So in his own world, nothing. In ours, probably middle, because he's well known, but it's been a while.
In my opinion, I love Die Hard. I love the films, the whole catalogue, but in my opinion, the only reason why people grasp onto Die Hard these days is it a Christmas movie or is it not? Is it a Christmas movie or is it not?
It's Christmas. I'd say it's a Christmas movie. It's Christmas music everywhere. If it wasn't for the Christmas party, there wouldn't be a story.
No.
There wouldn't be a movie unless it was Christmas.
So
it has to be a Christmas movie.
You heard it here first, people. Yeah. Die Hard, the Christmas film. So
it's Gremlins.
Yeah. But it is. I always watch Gremlins at Christmas. I'll never watch it any other time of the year.
Yeah.
Halloween.
So is Lord of the Rings. There's a guy with a big long beard, elves everywhere. It's got to be Christmas, isn't it?
The main elf wears green.
Exactly. Giving presents to people. Like, look, Galadriel's giving out gifts left, right, and center.
Oh, my Lord. So Impact Legacy 2.
Yeah, probably
I'd say 2.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go. The whole legacy brings it down, in my opinion. Impact in his world, no one knows, but he did.
No one knows, but in our world, pop culture, there is a certain amount of kind of Die Hard, and you say Die Hard, and people know what Die Hard is. They know it's Bruce Willis and that sort of thing. And the fact that he went from being a comedy actor to what he made of that character was amazing, because nobody expected it at all.
No.
So it was amazing what he did with that, and completely changed how people saw him. And suddenly he was an action star instead of a comedy figure. So it did damn well. Right. Relatability and humanity. It's got to be high, because he is Mr. Everyman. He's just a cop. There's nothing special about him, apart from he's in a bad situation, and he does the best he can. He doesn't do great at times, so he's walking around without shoes, and his feet bleed in, and he doesn't have much with him, but he perseveres.
Yes,
he makes mistakes, and he cracks jokes with the bad guys and tries to force them to make mistakes. So I think he's a very relatable and human character.
I'd go 5 with that.
Yeah,
I'd definitely go with 5. He's, like you said, he's a relatable character because he's human, and he's just doing what a human would try and do in his situation.
Exactly. So skill and competence. He's got skills, but competence,
not
but
much
not a lot.
in
Well,
my
he's
opinion.
competent at the things that he does occasionally, but he's always getting beaten up, getting shot at. He's getting bruised and damaged and scarred and everything else.
See, this is where I would say 4. He's got a lot of the good qualities of skill and competence, but he hasn't got. It's not the knowledge.
I think a 3, to be honest, because he's got a certain amount of skills, but not a huge amount. And he has ideas of how to do things, but he doesn't necessarily know they're going to work. And a lot of the time it's luck that he pulls it off. Like when he dives from the top of the building and he wraps the fire hose around him, he doesn't think about how he's going to get through the window. He just dives off and he hits the window, and he struggles then to get through. So there's a lot of that kind of thing happening, and he's hasn't got his shoes on, so they break all the windows, so there's glass everywhere, so he's going to cut himself. So that lets him down a lot, I think, in that one, just because he's always getting hurt and getting situations that aren't great. He gets out of them in clever ways, which is why he's got okay one for resourceful intelligence. But skill and competence, I think, are 3.
All right,
middle
I
ground.
agree there. We have time for one more.
One more, yeah. I was going to say we'll do one more.
Django.
I haven't seen this movie for a long time, I'm not going to be able to do much with this one.
I've recently watched it with my girlfriend, and she actually really, really enjoyed it. Courage Under Fire. As a slaver, he wasn't scared of white folk at all. He tried running many times, and he didn't care for a consequence. He wasn't afraid of our kind, and that he adapts and evolves in his courage and his skill in the later the film goes. And without being said, he's constantly not scared of white men. So I'm going to say 5.
Yeah.
Resourcefulness and intellect. He learns all of his resourcefulness and intellect from Schultz.
Yeah.
The Dr. Schultz. He learns it from him. He doesn't have it to begin with. And that's going to be low for Django as a whole. So I'm going to say a 3, because he learns it from someone else throughout the film in different stages.
Makes sense.
Impact and legacy. Impact and legacy in his own world. People know about him towards the end. It's like, you're the slave that turned bounty hunter. You're the slave that turned bounty hunter that took out one of the biggest slave traders in the world, in America. And he is recognized for that, because there's a novel that Quentin Tarantino co-wrote after Django, and Django becomes a full-time bounty hunter. And he's well respected among white people.
Cool.
So I would give him a 4, because he was a slave to begin with.
Yeah.
There wasn't nothing about him, and he, like resourcefulness and intellect, Dr. Schultz made him who he was. So I'd say 4 for him there.
Okay.
As for relatability and humanity, 4.
Yeah, very relatable character, because he is, once again, he's a kind of, not even normal everyday man. He was in being part of the whole slave world is a dreadful place to be. He's overcome that.
I remember watching a video, God knows what it was, but Quentin Tarantino ends up saying, with Jamie Foxx, ends up saying that he's proving that black men or black people in general have a place on planet Earth. They grow to become skillful. He quotes NBA, more black than white.
Most sports.
Most sports are more black than white.
American football, you look at the Olympics, depending on sport, you look at things like gymnastics, not so much, but when it's speed and strength,
it's more black.
Boxers, that's kind of the way the world has gone.
So relatability and humanity, he's very human. Django is nothing but human.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a 5 for Django there. Yeah. Skill and competence, he was natural. As Schultz says, when Django fires the sniper rifle with no scope, he says, "You're a natural." And Django learns quick hip firing, like it's nothing. Competence, he's well-rounded, he's very level, he's brought down to earth, and he knows how to speak. And he's not afraid. He knows how to speak to white people because of his courage. And that comes down to competence. So, in my opinion, another 5 there.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right.
I've probably seen more like behind-the-scenes stuff of the movie than I've seen the movie.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like the whole thing with Leonardo DiCaprio when he smashes the glass and cuts his hand, and they kept it in the film, and all the different stories about it. I've probably seen more of that than I have the actual movie. I've seen the movie, but not for a while.
Right, I'm just going to get the scores up with the share screen.
And we'll see how we're doing. All right, ready for me to share it?
Yep, go ahead.
Well, that works. There we go.
So, James Bond, Courage Under Fire is a 5, Resourcefulness and Intellect, 5. Impact and Legacy, 3. Relatability and Humanity, 1. Skill and Competence, 5. 2 out of 25. James Bond gets a 19. Aragorn, Courage Under Fire, 5. Resourcefulness and Intellect, 5. Impact and Legacy, a number 4. Relatability and Humanity, 3. Skill and Competence, 4. 2 out of 25, 21. Sherlock Holmes, Courage Under Fire, 3. Resourcefulness and Intellect, 5. Impact and Legacy, 5. Relatability and Humanity, 3. Skill and Competence, 5. Total out of 25,
21 as well.
21.
Same as Aragorn.
The Mandalorian, Courage Under Fire, 5. Resourcefulness and Intellect, 3. Impact and Legacy, 2. Relatability and Humanity, 2. Skill and Competence, 3. The lowest score on the board, 15. Ellen Ripley, Courage Under Fire, Resourcefulness and Intellect, Impact and Legacy, Relatability and Humanity, Skill and Competence, are only green round. Total at 25, 25.
I'll take.
Tyrion Lannister, Courage Under Fire, 3. Resourceful and Intellect, 5. Impact and Legacy, 3. Relatability and Humanity, 3. Skill and Competence, 3. Tyrion Lannister, total out of 25, 17. John McClane, Courage Under Fire, 5. Resourcefulness and Intellect, 3. Impact and Legacy, 2. Relatability and Humanity, 5. Skill and Competence, 3. Total out of 25, 18. Django, Courage Under Fire, 5. Resourcefulness and Intellect, 3. Impact and Legacy, 4. Relatability and Humanity, 5. Skill and Competence, 5. Total out of 25, 22.
Number 2 on the list.
Our first place is Ellen Ripley. Our second place is Django. Joint third is Aragorn and Sherlock Holmes. And last is The Mandalorian.
Yeah, interesting list. I quite like doing these unusual ones, trying to figure out what does it mean to be a hero and all that kind of thing. And it's quite good.
Well, as we can see, Ellen Ripley, she is the perfect hero. Yeah. And in all fairness, I think we spent the most time on Ellen Ripley than anyone else.
I hate to say it, but
yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. But it just proves that when especially female characters, well written and has that arc where they don't know anything at the beginning. They're just a normal person. And then they grow throughout and just step up to it and take charge and do what's needed and come out on top. That's the stories we want. We don't want these stories where the female character starts off with everything.
No.
Captain Marvel.
We didn't know that Ellen Ripley was going to be the main goddamn character of Alien. My dad told me when he first went to watch it, he generally thought Ian Holm would have been the main guy because he is the bigger actor out of everyone there. Yeah. But no.
Or Captain Dallas, you think,
Captain Dallas,
might be the main character. He's the captain. Tom Skerritt, he's a brilliant actor. He's been in so many things. He's brilliant.
But no. No. The third in command is the main guy, main woman.
And she was just so well written and well acted. Let's be honest, Sigourney Weaver is amazing anyway. I can never fault her acting. It was just absolutely brilliant.
No, neither.
It's exactly what we want. But they need to learn that's how to write good characters. It doesn't matter if it's a male, female. You want that arc. You don't want these people that can do everything straight away. Look at Luke Skywalker. He was a little farm boy that couldn't do anything, getting beaten up by everyone. And by the end, he's like a Jedi Knight. That's what you want. You want the arc, and you want somebody to fail. He fails. Empire Strikes Back. He fails. He loses his hand. He loses his friend. He's got nothing, and he has to rebuild. That's the character arc we want. Ripley is very much the same. She's got it, and then she loses everyone. She's on the escape shuttle. It's like, oh, good, it's all over. Oh no, the aliens there. And aliens, everything is going bad. She loses Newton. She's like, right, I'm going to get her back. And she has that throughout it. She's learning from a mistake. She's not perfect, but she learns from it, and she does her best to do the right thing. That's what we need.
Is there a character that you want to quickly throw up? That we won't score them, just like a character that you think we could have put up.
There's so many different characters. You think, especially lately, but the trouble is, there's so many characters that are similar. We could have had like Reacher.
Yep.
I love that show. I think brilliant character, but he's very similar to like John McClane and James Bond. He's a similar kind of hero. He's not that relatable. He's a big, like, massive guy with all the muscles and knows everything and intelligence. Like, you can't relate to that guy. He's completely different.
There were two that I was gonna pick over Django, but Django had more of an interest to me. I was going to put John Wick, but like you said, Reacher, he's a lot like John McClane. John Wick's a lot more violent and a lot more skilled, but we had already got someone similar. I was, before I pivoted from this person to Django, I was going to put Bruce Wayne / Batman. He's not a superhero. He's not supernatural.
No, but then you could also say Tony Stark.
Yeah, but he's not supernatural. His power is his intellect, just as Bruce Wayne and Batman.
But it's also... The trouble is with Batman, he does have something that's very, very supernatural. That's plot armor. It is, though.
It is.
Every situation is like, I've got to go to that. You look at the original, well, I say original, but for me, the original, the old Batman TV show of Adam West.
Adam West.
They're on a boat. A shark grabs hold of him. I better get the shark repellent out of my utility belt. Just happens to have shark repellent spray on him. God, and that's the trouble with Batman, is he's always got a gadget or something ready because he thinks ahead. How can he think ahead to all these ridiculous situations? How? How does one person do that? No, I'm sorry. Not even Sherlock Holmes could
do that, no.
And that's the trouble, I think, a lot of the time. They've got away from... He's supposed to be the world's greatest detective, not superhero, not go around beating everybody up. He's supposed to be the world's greatest detective. And they don't do that in the movies.
They do it more in the games, the Arkham games, the Telltale game that's out there, and Lego Batman. It's more...
And the new Lego Batman. Oh my God. It's like every Batman in one Lego. Oh my God. But done like Arkham.
They've got Arkham mechanics because they've paired with the creators of Arkham, and they're doing every single live action film to the Batman. And they've already announced 2 DLCs. the original TV show and the Batman 2 expansion. They're literally doing all cinematography.
I'm a big fan of Batman. I've got a ridiculously expensive Hot Toys Batman over there. That thing is like
Anyways,
that
mate, we've waffled on for far too long.
Way too long, because
yeah,
it's heroes and villains and fantasy. It's what we do in it.
We're geeks. We're not nerds. We're geeks.
We're a bit of both.
Yeah. Hand on heart, I agree.
Okay, let's end it there. So, anybody wants to find you, where else can they find you?
On YouTube at The Welsh Assassin and on Twitch, The Welsh Assassin 998.
And for me, you can find me on Twitch under the name Nukami or YouTube at the name Wasn't My Fault. So thanks a lot for joining us for our second video podcast. Hopefully it's going well. So please join us again soon and follow us everywhere else. Until then, bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.